Welcome back to Tacobowler Gaming. My name is Tacobowler, and this is the timeline episode for my run on YouTube in Europa Universalis 4, beginning as tiny little Florence right here, and ending as the mighty Roman Empire. This was part of my series of sorts where I'm trying to form the Roman Empire in as many of Paradox's games as I can, and that so far has arrived at Hearts of Iron 4 and Europa Universalis 4. Not sure if I'm going to be able to do any of the other games, but we shall see. So we begin with Florence here, and at the beginning I remember it going quickly. Here we go, we take over some land already. It went quickly and then went very slowly for quite some time. I struggled in this one. You can see I took another one there. I struggled in this game because there was a large diplomatic kind of surrounding. It wasn't necessarily a hug box, but I was at one point surrounded by many of the great powers of the world. Most of the 8 great powers were all of my neighbors, so really struggled eventually. But Florence here, we continue to grow. They have a wonderful mission tree for forming Italy. And a pretty good mission tree for forming Rome, but certainly for forming Italy, they get a bunch of permanent claims on everything. It's a great country for that. So you can see Austria here. This is important because it's showing the great powers beginning to form. You can see Austria grabbing the Burgundian inheritance. You can see that France has occupied a lot of the Alps over here, which is not overly great. Hungary does become a subject of Austria. And of course, the Ottomans are the Ottomans. Why is that Aragonese Iberia? I don't know. I would do some subjects and things occasionally in the game, but here at the beginning, I tried to just take as much of the land as I could. But yeah, Milan and Venice, they were just a little bit larger than I really wanted to fight, but eventually I would find times where I could attack off and on, and we were able to take Mantua and one of the Milan's provinces. We also defeated the Papal State here. You can see I broke it up a little bit and took a little bit of land. Here you can see the Ottomans are down here. They've taken this little bit of Italy, and that will be important. During this time, whenever I wasn't taking land, I was developing like crazy. You can see I just took Genoa. Whenever I wasn't taking land, I was developing like crazy so that when I finally get a breakthrough on any of these diplomatic situations I find myself in, whenever I do get a breakthrough, it's a massive breakthrough. It's I'm able to just steamroll to the next thing until finally I'm not able to, or not going to be stopped again. You see Genoa's taken the rest. Milan, I've taken the rest of it. Venice is still strong. If I remember right, they were either guaranteed or allied to someone like maybe the Ottomans guaranteed them or something like that. And so I wasn't able to fight them too strongly. But I believe that this Ragusa is my vassal, and maybe even Serbia. I'm trying to break out. I'm just trying to find anything I can do to get the next thing, because at this point, I think it's right around this time, I would begin to notice that Austria and Hungary, with all of this, that's on my border. France is on my border here, way over here. It's into the Italy region, which causes a problem. I can't get some of my permanent claims that would be over here. I can't get them because I'd have to conquer France to get there. Castile, which I don't think had Portugal, but Castile did have Aragon, all of this, and I think Naples as well. I think I would have to free Naples, or encourage their rebellion or something like that to get that free. That's a great power, and of course the Ottomans over here. So yeah, okay, I'm taking Ragusa, but I'm slowly losing the space that I have that's not bordering a great power, and I think they're like 1, 3, 4, and 5 or something like that. So even though I think I was getting close to great power status number 8, once I take Venice and Papal State and just become Tuscany, Even though I'm getting close to there, it doesn't matter because I'm facing off against so many of them. And I had to eventually, I took diplomatic ideas and had to kind of get some of them on my side and just take them out one at a time. And here we go. I formed Italy. I've taken Rome and formed Italy. And so once I take care of this, I guess is me. All right, there we go. I must have formed Naples myself and given that my vassal status. I've annexed that here, so I am now Italy. Once I take out Venice here, I know I'm able to take out Venice at some point. So yeah, you can see Castile is here, and Spain is all of this. This is still Ottomans, by the way, and here is Venice. That says Florence. That must be mine. I do take this little thing here just as a trying to put a fortress in. And you can see that I have taken over the Balkans over here, and I have now taken Venice. So, this is Ragusa. Ragusa is my vassal. I do remember that. So, this is me. Okay. But our border is Austria, our border is Ottomans, our border is Spain, our border is France. And Switzerland, which is a part of the empire, at this point in time, it would leave, and then I'd force it back in. Spoiler. And for a long while, that's where I had to stay. But eventually I would team up. I would get a few of the great powers on my side. I think Spain and France were the only ones I was able to truly ever get on my side. I think I would get close to the Ottomans every once in a while. But I just team up and I pound into one of them and try to break them up and try to end one. You can see Austria takes Bohemia even. You can see how strong Austria was. But if I can get France and Spain on my side, Austria will fall. And I believe that Austria is the one I attacked first. I would eventually use France and Spain to attack Austria and hurt the Ottomans before eventually turning on them. I want to say I attacked Austria first because they were the one that I was able to isolate. But I could be wrong. I know that I eventually will betray Spain before France. France was the last one that I conquered. You can see how long it's taking before I'm able to break anything here. Okay, so here we go. So it wasn't. I must have attacked Austria at some point. Maybe, I don't know yet. But I did. I take this little thing and all of this and this, which means that I have attacked Spain. So I've betrayed Spain at this point. France does have this little bit here, which means I'm not going to be able to fully take Iberia without challenging France, but I'll be able to take quite a bit of it. So you can see that Naples has formed here, which means that I've gotten that away from the Ottomans, which is very good. I think also, yeah, you can see Florence over here. Yeah, I've taken this area as well. I've also taken this from Tunis, so that's something I need. I've taken over here as well. And so here, I formed Aragon. I want to say that's what I actually released over here. But yeah, I formed Aragon, and I've taken all of that land back. Actually, I think maybe that was what I gave Aragon. Yeah, this became Aragon. So I'm not sure why the timeline's not working here, but because this is not, I've annexed all this, Naples stuff. I annexed all this. This is Italy. But we have Aragon over here. I've taken some of this stuff from the Ottomans and things, and now things begin to go quickly. We're going to speed up here, and we have taken the next step. So we have Italy here. I would try to release Serbia, and I think a couple of wars would fail. But here we've taken Bulgaria away from the Ottomans. I've also taken Constantinople in that war. And then I turn right back and I go after Spain, if I'm remembering correctly. Portugal was with Spain some of these wars, but I usually tried to get them alone. That was the thing here. So here you see I've taken a bunch of that. I think I give this to Aragon up here. But yeah, we've taken a bunch of that. Now we fight Portugal. We've taken some of Portugal. And I've taken over here. I need Fez for the Roman Empire, but other than that, don't need too much. And then I would bounce back. But I think that one of these times I tried to bounce back, and The Ottomans were too strong. They had gotten good allies around, and I wasn't able to actually take my turn on the Ottomans. And Spain was intriguing because I never really had the ability to go and fight in the New World, and so if I didn't have France on my side, I would have a maximum amount of war score that I could really get. And so what you'll see here is I've left 4 provinces for Spain. I've also left this, but that's primarily because I didn't care about it. I've left 4 provinces for Spain. All of these have forts. And the reason for that was I wanted as much war score as I could possibly get when that time came. At some point here, I'm going to release Hungary, and I'm going to take this area here. So here we've connected. We've connected over here, and all the way over here. We've also taken Egypt. I took this because this was one of the missions. So I needed this to get claims over here. I've also taken a lot of the Balkans, just trying to kick them out of Europe because the Ottomans are so much weaker when you kick them out of Europe. So yeah, I was planning on trying to do reconquest wars with Serbia to take all of this back, and I mishit a couple of times on that. But a few annexations have happened here, and we are good to go. So yeah, the next thing to really watch for is I'll take Palestine, and I release Hungary up here and try to use it to attack Austria. And of course I'll finish up Spain. I've already gotten Portugal finished up. So Serbia, finally, I do click the right button, and we have all that, and it's annexed back into us. It's excellent. There goes Spain, and so I will soon annex Aragon. I've taken some of Palestine over here. So now we don't have this. This was an ally. I could walk through it. We don't have this yet, but we connect all the way from there, all the way over past Palestine over here. So that's very, very good. And this is the extent of the borders you need for the Roman Empire. You don't need this one. You do need those other ones. You have to go up here and then over to here. And I do have all of the Mediterranean Sea, and you can see that I've forced them out of the Balkans and taken a good chunk of Anatolia as well. We're in 1682. This is about the time that I managed to get imperialism. And in fact, I think that may have been the first imperialist war right there. And this will become Hungary. And I will use that to attack Austria. So now what you'll see is the Ottomans. I continue to eat out of the Ottomans, and then also I will begin to take Austria. So there you see Hungary going like crazy. Transylvania is there. And about this time, I begin trying to take the Holy Roman Empire ship. Austria at some point had lost that. And I think it was Saxony and Trier and those types of countries. Poland, I think, may have had it for a while. And eventually I do take it right around this time, maybe a little bit before. And then I'll start to try and break up some of the bigger countries in here to try and get as much as I can. As many princes as I can, with the effort to to revoke the privilege and things like that. I don't quite succeed by 1771, but I get awfully close and certainly get to the point where it was a matter of time. You can see I've taken over the Ottomans here. I'm just hitting the Ottomans and then hitting Austria. I was allied to Liège because I believe they were an elector, and that did not go well. They would occupy this stuff and not hand it to me. So this is why you see these holes in what I need from Austria. But I've also betrayed France at this point, so you can see that I've begun to attack there. This would become a vassal, whatever that is, Gascony, something like that. Yeah, Gascony here. I also released Brittany. That was not a vassal. I released it here. I finally have attacked Great Britain. And so yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, is I'm just trying to eat up the rest of the land I need to form the Roman Empire and revoke the privilege. So now Italy is this huge thing here. There's no one who can really stop me except my own economy. And we just keep going. Now, if I were trying to get... I've already gotten all of the achievements related to the Roman Empire. This is just the idea of having on camera, on recording, forming the Roman Empire in all of these games. But if I were trying to get, what is it called, Mare Nostrum, this would have been annoying. Russia and Poland kept being very annoying over here, and I didn't really want to face them. Obviously, I could have. If I were going for that, I would have. But yeah, like this right here, the Russians taking this land from Poland. I fought Poland to get this land. Russia was my ally. I didn't see that they had that occupied. They would occupy this in a lot of the wars against the Ottomans. Very annoying. But here we go. We've taken Paris, and Rome has been formed. And at that point, we were only a few days away from the update, so I keep going, trying to revoke the privilege. And at one point, I occupied Moscow. The idea was to have it under my control or something. That would have happened had I continued on. I've got 50 more years, no problem in doing that. I'm about 5 or 10 years from revoking the privilege, but I've run out of time. But yeah, this is where we are. If we go over to here, you can see that the idea groups that I have, I took diplomatic first, offensive, and humanist. I haven't done humanist in a long time. I really actually do like it. I liked what it did here. And then we had influence, administrative, obviously for the annexing of all those vassals. Quantity, because I was trying to beat the great powers, particularly Russia and Ottomans. Expansion, for administrative authority and that minimum autonomy. And then I was almost done with trade. So that is the basic plans that I did, and you can see the extent of the empire, and you can see that, yeah, revoking the privilege is the next one up, and we're 24 imperial authority already. We're going up by 0.38 each month. It's a matter of time. It's definitely a matter of time. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed playing as Florence and growing into this huge state, taking up all the time. It's been a long time since I've gotten this late into a EU4 game, and a very long time before I recorded this late into an EU4 game. So that was kind of fun. And I hope you have watched the series. If you haven't, if you are seeing this on the League of Average Gaming channel, kind of the official channel for the league, come on over and watch this whole series and see some of the challenges that I faced and the ways in which I get through them. And if you are a viewer of this channel, you didn't quite get all the series, head on back there. This was a really, really fun series for me to do, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And I would encourage anyone to try and grow from those tiny Italian states. There's immense power in those tiny Italian states, and it can be a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed this video at least, and I've been Tacobowler Gaming, and I'll see you whenever I see you.